Well, let's go ahead and let's just wrap up.
Whoa, you look weird.
Why don't we just wrap up?
Okay.
So that, because I just wanted to do a short little one.
Yeah.
To go ahead and try and upload it today. And if it's 33-minute video is going to take you forever to upload, isn't it?
It's actually been doing a lot better lately.
That's good.
I can get rid of a lot of the videos I have on my phone now, minus one because I still need to upload that one to go along with the sideways one.
It's only like 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 7 minutes, something on seconds.
But I would rather this one be because it's, well, tomorrow, I guess, because today's Monday? Yeah, and so we're supposed to put out tomorrow. So I was wanting this one to actually be the one we put out.
Like
and I want to save...
Put out regularly.
I know, and I want to reserve the special guest episode for a special occasion. Like,
okay.
Where I know more people will see it.
So therefore they can have that what the...
Yeah, exactly. Because like right now, we've got one video that's getting popularity because you shared it.
Should I just share the whole thing? I feel like...
Maybe slowly.
Yeah, eventually just pop out more and be like, hey, here's another one that I think you guys might be interested in.
Right, because like the Mother's Day one was in hindsight oh, I think that's good all the way through. Like that 33 minutes was really entertaining 33 minutes, I think.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, where... it's give or take. Like some people will dig it and some people won't. But I think
so. Then,
in 5 years, I think going back, by the time we hit 5 years down, however many people we have then, will be more inclined to go back and watch our old videos.
Like, hopefully by that point, I will have everything that I know about in my classes down to the point that I could actually be our editor.
Yeah, and it'll be good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because people do like quality. There's a simple charm to the way we do things now.
I think there's a charm to the home style feel of it.
Yeah, there is.
Because it was like, never mind, can't bring it up. Go ahead.
Who can you know?
We talked about it, so I'm not going to. I'll mention it outside of the cast.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's the first time you've... Oh my God! You used my term
yeah,
of shortening it instead of calling it the pod.
Because I like the pod, but I couldn't think of the word.
But it's not even a podcast.
I couldn't think of the word, so I just went ahead and said
I know
cast.
right now it doesn't seem like it's more than a podcast, but it is a variety show.
Yeah, honestly, it's supposed to.
It is a variety
That's why I think
show.
I want to start putting it out when we start getting... start promoting it a little bit more on my page.
When it becomes more of a variety show?
Yeah, so therefore I can be like, hey,
when
this
we are
is
able
something...
to start getting those segments.
Yeah, it's like, watch us now, because we're not just sitting there talking, and now there's gaming involved, now there's this, that, and the other.
Right, which I put out a few gaming videos, but they're still not perfect. Like, we still haven't gotten all of our audio.
Yeah, like, that's
to
still
work,
annoys
which
me,
I
like,
don't
how?
understand. I really don't. I don't understand how.
Freaking Zombie was coming through perfectly fine.
Was he?
Yeah. Like, I could hear him. At first, I didn't think I could, and then he was popping up, and Zach was like, yeah, no, I can hear him. And I was like, what?
In the video?
Yeah. Like, his voice would just bloop, blah, 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 and I was like...
I guess he just doesn't talk much.
No, he really doesn't.
Okay.
Like, he yells randomly. Just
okay.
randomly yells. And it could have been that he was with you, though. It could have been...
So it could have been coming through my mind.
Yeah.
When you do hear him.
Yeah.
It could have just been that.
Like,
Maybe we don't have it figured out yet.
Yeah, but
like,
it's
but I
supposed
thought
to
it was
be,
supposed to be just
it's,
hit all the
yeah,
check
it's
marks.
supposed to be literally, hey, all of us say yes, now record.
Do we all have to hit
broadcast?
Yeah. Or do we have to be in a party? Were we in a party? Or were we playing through the game? We were in a party.
We were playing through
the
game.
Do we all have to hit broadcast?
Should we all have to hit broadcast on yours? Well, like, I have to put your YouTube on my thing?
No. I mean, like, maybe that's what it means, though, is that as long as all of us are broadcasting, then yeah, it'll record for one video, so all of our videos would have all of our audio. But I don't know. I'm literally just theorizing.
I'd have to delete my video.
And then delete your video, right, because you don't actually want it.
Yeah. I mean, we could try it. We could try it. Like, that's the best we can do at that point, is see how that actually goes through.
Go through some troubleshooting.
Or if anyone has any knowledge on how to actually properly do it, just let us know that. Which no one's commenting. I think Jesse was the only one who's really commenting.
Yeah, he's the only one that made it. Bro, we're that good old toilet bowl listening.
I love it. I hope he does watch them this week.
I don't remember exactly how he said it, but it was something like that, where it's like,
that's a nice bathroom.
Yeah,
nice
I'm using the bathroom. This is great to listen to while I'm using the bathroom.
Isn't that what everyone does all that? Like, Michael, sometimes he'll go to the bathroom. Zach, you. And
yeah.
I hear randomly just, blah, 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 whatever you guys are listening to. I'm like, man, I don't really do that. I listen to music when I go to the bathroom. It suits me.
Well, see, it used to be that we would have a little rack like magazines.
Dude, I remember that at my
stuff.
grandparents'
Yeah.
house, and like my grandfather
some
would
books
keep
where it's
like
well, while you're using the
weird-
bathroom, go ahead and
weird
read a little bit
magazines.
of this.
I mean, so does like Dylan's parents though.
Yeah.
They have this bookshelf
Yeah.
where I'm like, dude, those are some big books that you are reading in here.
Yeah, you can read a few paragraphs at a time, I guess.
What if you got caught up? Because I used to do that when I was younger. I'd bring one of my books in with me to go to the bathroom, and I read some decently thick books, and then I'd be like, I'm not even taking a crap anymore.
Dump.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, just reading the book. And I was like, you've been in here for an hour.
Oh, sorry,
like,
yeah, I was reading.
Oh, yeah, 1 second. I'm done now. I've been done for quite a while. Got caught up. But anyway.
I'm gonna grab a beer. I'm gonna grab a beer. You want a beer?
Yeah, I feel okay. So I wrote a song the other day, guys.
Oh, sweet.
Not on here. I wrote a song the other day, and it's actually on the page. I'm gonna probably post it or share it, just so I can get some advice on singing, because I am a terrible singer in my opinion, but you guys might think I'm okay. I have gotten some comments saying I need to be more confident, and you're probably right. I'm not a very confident person when it comes to the la 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 parts of life, but I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, the other day I wrote 2 other songs, and if you know me, I am terrible at making music. Like, I don't know anything about guitar, ukulele. I can do bass and drums, and I've been practicing on the piano, but honestly, I'm still not that great. So, when you hear the guitar, it's Austin playing it, and so I will share it, and I will remind you guys that, hey, in that video, you should also come and watch this video. Okay, I almost grabbed both. And, but yeah, when I get these other 2 songs fully done, I will share those as well on here. I'll give it to this guy to transpose, or whatever that's called, the guitar, because again, as I said, I suck at it, so he can do that part.
You wrote some new songs?
The one that you came in on, the weird like punk one, I want to actually do that.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay.
And then the one,
the
one before
punk.
that was
pretty punk.
Very, very.
It reminded me
pop.
It reminded me of Minor Threat. It reminded me of Minor Threat.
Wait, by
No, the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an 80s punk band. It reminded me of Minor Threat. Like, just because of, like, the cadence that you sang it.
Yeah, but my thought right there was Minor Threat by Rise Against, who will be the band of the day. Go listen to some Rise Against. They're awesome.
Whoa, I already declared Minor Threat as the band of the day.
You did not. You did not.
I brought them up
You
first.
mentioned their names. You did not say that they were the band of the day. I did. I just said the band of the day.
Fine.
All right,
if
you're going to do it, you got to do it fast.
Crap, you got me. You got me there.
So
Minor Threat's not the band of the day, so don't look them up.
I mean, you can if you want to, but the band of the day.
Look up Rise Against, because Rise Against the band of the day. Song of the hour.
Minor Threat, actually.
Minor Threat.
Yeah.
I'm really mad, actually, now, because you stole the band and made it a song by another band to be the band of the day.
The reason I was thinking about it is I was like, I'm almost positive that's their influence. Them, and there was another band, but specifically the vocalist of Minor Threat. Like, he even comes and does a song with them, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now, but like, yeah, the lead vocalist for Minor Threat, who also he went on to do Fugazi.
I would say he's such a big part of punk music.
Yeah,
like it's insane.
Yeah.
I was like, because he inspired Tim, who is the lead vocalist of Rise Against, and it was like, holy crap.
Same with Henry Rollins from Black Flag.
That was the other band.
Yeah.
They played with them too.
No
yeah,
way.
those are their like inspirations.
Wow.
I was like, So, okay, we could have like, multiple. We could have multiple. Go listen to Minor Threat. Go listen to Black Flag.
I guess I would say
Rise Against.
American punk, right? Because punk started in Europe. But so I guess American punk, like the heaviest.
Beatles?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I hate the Beatles. I'm sorry. So many people are going to hate me for that, but I really do not like the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't like the Beatles.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm so happy.
No, I feel like it's
overrated?
It's overrated. And if anything, they actually ruined music, which I know is going to really make some people mad. But go listen to the music, the classical music that was being produced at the time, and then you have the Beatles. that completely changed music, which, you know, the argument used against me is like, yeah, but what kind of style of music do you play? And it's like, well, you know, more like a rock and or a country or whatever. And it's like, okay, so
The Beatles?
The Beatles.
Yep.
They influenced you? Because every band that you are influenced by was influenced by the Beatles. I'm like, yes. So I still stand by my point that music would have been better because because if we had just stayed classical, then wouldn't I be playing classical right now?
Dude, people would probably be better guitarists.
Yeah. You know, but like because I'm influenced by all this crap and I'm like, oh, I like this crap, but I can admit that all of it's crap compared to classic.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if that was the case, though, I would have given up on bass way sooner than I ever did. Because, like, bass would have had to have been more intricate, more, like, diverse and show its little skills if you were going to change the face of music with it still being classical.
Now, granted, you have some crazy, but you have some crazy good people at their instruments, like Tosin Abasi. Let's just go ahead and bring Tosin Abasi into it. But even if Tosin Abasi has videos where he breaks down his songs, like, here's how you play this song. And he's like, it's actually an arpeggio, like, and he goes into, like, it's actually this classical song.
Details.
Where he goes, no, basically where he's like, it's this classical song, except I did this one twist on it. It's like, oh, really? That's actually what,
yeah,
like,
no, it's dumb.
So your music's actually classic. And he's like, yeah, it's all influenced by classical.
Downton Abbey, the song in it, I was listening to, I think it's Yo-Yo Ma. I think it's Yo-Yo Ma. I may be completely wrong on who the composer is for it. But the beginning of their song for like the intro is they just ripped it. They just like, and there's no way they didn't just rip it straight off of his stuff. It was like, yeah, this is our intro. Because I was listening, I was like, whoa, isn't that Downton Abbey? Like, I've never even watched the show. I've only heard the intro for it. I was like, I swear to God, this is the theme for it.
And it's but you're saying it's Animals as Leaders song. Tosin Abasi?
Yo-Yo Ma?
Yo-Yo Ma?
Yeah.
Downtown Abbey?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey? What's Downton Abbey?
It's a TV show.
And who's Yo-Yo Ma?
Composer.
Classical composer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, what?
All right. Well, then you go and, you know, you've got Star Wars music is all...
Yeah, well, we talked about that. Like,
Did we actually talk about that on the show?
I thought we did. No, we were drinking. We're always drinking.
The planets?
Yeah, Mars and all that stuff.
We talked about all that.
Yeah,
I guess we don't have to. Yeah, Yo-Yo Ma.
I mean, anyone who's a Star Wars fan, that like maybe Star Wars fanatic, that'd probably be better. Not fan.
Yeah, maybe a
Star Wars fanatic would know what we're talking about.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, okay. So continue. Sorry. Tosin Abasi.
Oh, just that, like, he's heavily influenced by classic.
Yeah, it shows. It shows in the way, dude. They're an amazing band. Animals as Leaders.
Yeah, Animals as Leaders. Holy crap! Aren't we a gaming show? Why are we talking about so much music?
Because we also do music. Your thing says gaming, music, and something else, doesn't it?
I thought it just said gaming.
I swear it said other stuff. We should just change it to multiple. Because we're trying to do a multi-conglomerate, right?
We're
like,
just
that's what I'm going
right?
for. Yeah, I'm going for entertainment. You're going for entertainment. And if it works well, we could be my entertainment business.
Hey!
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
We could totally throw it all into one. It'd be fine.
Hey, hopefully we can pick up a sponsor.
No.
But I'm pretty sure I've been wanting to get some.
I wanted to grab one of those.
I've been wanting to get some like really big name people
on the show.
On the show, and
have you did the thing for that dude that you were like, yeah, he said he'll come in, blah blah blah.
Oh. Well, no. See, the thing with Theo Von, I'm not sure what the details are. It's more like he's thinking about doing it. So I don't know if I'm sure when it happens, he's gonna be like, hey, so submit to this kind of thing, and when that happens, I'll submit to it.
Do we have to submit a video?
Probably.
Should we submit our weird one? No, because it wouldn't be true to us. It wouldn't be true to us. Never mind.
I figured we'd just submit the channel.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know what whatever his stipulations are, we'll do something for it. But the thing is, there's a few people I've wanted to talk to, and I'm like, yeah, but we don't have an audience yet, so I don't know if they'd be willing to come on, you know?
Yeah, we don't have an audience. But they could bring their audience, because we could honestly just be like, featuring whoever.
Yeah.
Like, and we'll put it in bold letters.
I don't know how to do that.
It'll be in June, right? So we'll also do it in color.
I don't know how to do that.
I can.
I don't know how to put it in bold letters.
I got you.
All right.
If we do it in June, I want it to be Pride Out.
Oh, like Pride Month?
Yeah, just because everyone's doing it, I think it's...
bold letters with rainbow color?
Yeah,
Dude,
I think it'd be awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's celebrate Pride. Pride for your sexuality.
Yeah.
Dude,
no matter what you are.
Yeah, LGBTQS, baby.
S?
Yeah, straight. Pride, baby.
Is S part of that?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Trying to make it, though.
Yeah, I don't think
Lesbian,
we can. Okay,
gay,
because that's too many.
Lesbian, gay, bi, trans, straight, bro. We're all
Straight
in
is
this.
already, like, the whole, like, idea of being, like, their own separate thing is that straight is already a predominant thing. So why wouldn't you add straight? Because that's just common.
So that we're all in it together.
Equality. Okay, yeah,
Right.
I can dig it.
Yeah. So we're all in it together, dude. Because, like, I got nothing wrong with them. Support, bro. Like, Pride, support. Love everybody, right?
Yeah.
Love everybody. I prefer straight sex. So like, love everybody. Why can't I be included in this too?
I mean, no, you're right. It shouldn't be limited. But I get where they're coming from, where they're like they were outcast for so long throughout the centuries, even though it was like,
they were.
Yeah, like it was such a big deal.
Well, here's the thing. This is probably gonna be really controversial to say, because it's like, yes, they've been outcast for a very long time, but not for all of time.
No.
Because if we go back to the Greeks and the Romans,
free love was everything.
Right at the cusp of the collapse of their civilization. Hey, man, homosexuality was prominent.
Do you, boo boo?
Yeah.
Dude, I watched this video.
And then we all fell apart.
I didn't watch it with sound because I think I would have just gotten pissed. But I watched this video of this preacher being like, Leviticus 20:33 or something.
Oh, are we quoting the like kill gays?
Yes, I was like, dude. And he was like, if we're gonna do it right, he's like, if we're gonna talk about, he's like, you don't come to my church if you wanna hear the free love and all this. He's like, because we gotta kill them and blah blah blah. I was like, dude, what is wrong with you?
No.
Because the Bible.
No, the Bible says don't judge.
Don't judge. And it's like, if you're gonna be like,
God's the judge.
Yeah, because he was like, but the way he was reading it is like, we should have it to our officials, our government officials, because that's essentially what it was saying. Is the government officials, like cops and stuff like that, should show up and be like, oh, you're a bunch of gays, kill you. And I was like,
Sharia law?
Whoa, dude. Yeah, exactly. Like, what kind of church are you?
See, that's the thing, man, is like, because Leviticus is Old Testament.
Exactly. New Testament says, hey, throw all those away.
Yeah.
Love everybody.
Yeah.
So stop being a ridiculous church.
To use New Testament, it's like, no man is the judge of another man.
Yeah, we can't judge anybody. Well, that's not my place.
We're all sinners.
You do you, boo boo. I do me. That's how it lives. That's how it goes.
We're all sinners. How can we judge anybody? How can we say that what you're doing is wrong? When it's like, yeah, but everything you do is wrong too. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because what's that whole take the
plank out of your eye before you accuse me of the splinter in mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, go screw yourself, guy who's yelling at people to go kill other freaking people, you insane murderer.
And like even Jesus was like, hey, you know those 10 commandments? And because people were like, hey, what's the most important commandment? And he's like, oh, you know the most important commandment? Love your brother as yourself. That's the most important commandment.
Yeah, because the other ones don't matter at this point.
Like, as long as you just love everybody. Well, because I think the point being that like the other, like, don't covet, don't kill, don't steal.
But if
like,
you just love,
you'll never
be able to do
all of those other commandments fall into place. And then, people say like, oh, I live, like they've been like, oh, there's like 500 or 5,000 rules in the Bible. And it's like, yeah, made by the Pharisees, not made by God. Like all the rules in the Bible that you're thinking about, like where it's like, oh, dude, you can't have like, because if you go to Old Testament, right? Because that's what they usually quote Old Testament, where the punishment for everything was literally death. Where it's like, if children rebel against their parents, kill them. If you have a bowl, if you have a bowl cut haircut, kill them. If you wear cloth of a mixed fabric, kill them. Right? It's like all of it was just kill them. And then we get the New Testament and Jesus, who is supposed to be God embodied in man.
Yeah.
It's like, no, man, no, love.
Yeah, just love. You don't have to kill each other. Yeah, I was just.
Love.
I think
when I die, we take care of all that.
Yeah, it was like, I think the whole thing was that he was just like, no, the reason like it was just like, just love, is not because he entirely got rid of the Old Testament rules, but he kind of was just like, I was just proving that you guys couldn't do it. And I'm here now to be like, don't worry about it.
Right, because if you go back in the Old Testament, you go like, because you get to, I think it's like right before the book of Judges started.
For people that talk about some of the weirdest crap.
Yeah. I'm not religious.
We have a lot of, like, not a lot, but like we are religious in the sense of being like, we know all this information.
Yeah, I think it's important to know.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Like my dad, if you're gonna critique something, it's important to know.
I guess I get what you're saying, because my dad was like, hey, he's like, don't just take my word on it in Christianity. He's like, go out and study the other ones. Like, learn about them.
I studied religion for several years. It got really crazy. Studying a lot of different religions. I found, like, I'll go ahead and say this, because, like, I don't want to get into all of the stuff, like, because it would be hours and hours of talking to talk about all the stuff that I was learning and studying. I'll just say that at the end of the day, I felt the religion that I most related to and most was like, well, this seems right to me, was Taoism, or Taoism, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
I don't think I know. The name sounds familiar, but I don't think I know anything about it.
To really just boil it down and make it short, the philosophy behind it is action through non-action, right? So it's like, just let it be.
So the opposite story of Boondock Saints. Which is hey, the worst crime that evil men is that good men are indifferent.
Yeah, because Taoism just teaches you that, like, making no choice, like, doing nothing is a choice.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like, doing nothing is an action that will affect things.
It totally will.
And it's like, so Taoism basically is just like action through non-action. Let the river flow.
See, the thing is, I will always do the whole, like, love people, because that's what I believe in. That
was the one that actually stood out the most, where I was like, if I'm going to pick a religion, that's the religion I'd pick. But if I have to go with my gut and go with my heart, there's definitely a creator.
Yeah. And, like, but that's the way I've always looked at it. I looked at my dad one time, and he was like, "You still believe in God and Jesus?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
But the
creator. But Christianity is not something I follow. Yeah. And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't believe anything that these freaking churches tell me, because they're insane human beings and they're very prejudiced and mean." Mm-hmm. Like, I don't believe it. But God, Jesus, hell yeah.
Yeah. No, see, like, my thing is, there's definitely a creator, and that creator is an alien race that came down and spliced themselves with ape DNA. They took monkeys and they spliced themselves with that DNA to create our race, which is a subservient slave race. And then they created another race.
I would love to die and see all this, right?
Also spliced with their DNA that was supposed to be the hierarchy ruling class. Because if you look at the DNA lineage, you look at the lineage of all of the most wealthy people in the world and of all of the, like, royalty and things like that, it all traces back to, like, the line of Muhammad, and then it all traces back even further. And all of the most royal people come from the same, like the pharaohs and things like that. So we have royal. I got you now. So we have our race of leaders, and we have our race of subordinates that were both spliced DNA.
If that's the case, then how do you determine? Do you determine by their personality and the way they act? Because if that's the case, you and I are a part of that race.
No, we're not. Look where we're sitting.
Talking?
Yeah. We're not in a mansion. We don't have power over the world.
The only reason I don't right now is because I was stupid at a young age.
Yeah, who wasn't stupid at a young age?
Exactly.
We could be famous musicians touring right now.
Well, I could have been, but there was a problem.
I could have been too if you guys hadn't just, like, softly kicked me out of the band.
Softly?
In the most soft way possible, the most beat around the bush, kicked me out of the band.
I don't even remember that, so let's not bring it up.
Oh, no, I'm going to bring it up then. No. I'm going to bring it up. No, I'm going to bring it up. Come on, let's talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, because it was such a dumb thing. No, I don't know.
So let's talk about it. So let's talk about it.
Let it go. It never happened.
Let's talk about it. We had a band. The band had potential. And then you brought in 2 members, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. And I was like, dude, yeah, this guy's so much better at guitar than me. And you guys were like, yeah, he's really good and everything. Like, you should try to play with him. And I was like, honestly, like, I don't know if I can. He's really good. Like, he's really good. Like, I could.
So at that point, didn't you softly kick yourself out?
No.
Because we were like, do it, and you're like, no.
No. I didn't say no. I said he's really good. We're gonna have to like, cause see, that's the thing. Honestly, like, in a really good band, there's one person that writes everything.
Yeah. No. Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
But he wasn't to the point that he could write my stuff and his stuff.
Yeah. No, he wasn't.
He was just like, I can write my stuff.
Not at that time, and I still think he's not able to either, because he hasn't. He's progressed. Don't get me wrong. He's progressed drastically. He's an amazing guitarist, but he's given up on it so much. So that
that's rough.
He's kind of slacking back down to where he was.
That's
like, he's still great. He's just
Dude,
not.
I still don't feel like I'm as good as I was when we were in band. Because every
we
day I was playing music.
Every day. And you were doing it to the point that you were almost bleeding out
Every
your
day I was making
fingers.
music. Every day I was writing new songs. Every day I was practicing. Every day.
Which is annoying to me, because the fact is, like, if the thing is, like, it's one member writing everything, we should have gone somewhere. Because it was you and I writing everything.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah,
because McConnell added.
Yeah.
But like, think about it. You wrote a lot of the music. I wrote a lot of lyrics, and then I would come to you with songs, or you would come to me with songs.
At the point that we didn't have a bass player, I wrote all of the music.
Yeah. Well, besides drums, because I did those.
I guess.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about all the songs we wrote. I was the one doing the drums and being like, okay, let me show Zach what we were thinking. Because like he came and played the drums. I just did the drum build, and I'm like, this is what we're going for. Here's a simple beat pattern.
Yeah,
this.
something like this.
Yeah.
Try and make it better.
Exactly. It's like, roll with this, and then he's like, okay. But like,
hi-hat, baby. Or what is it a hi-hat? No, it was the ride it out. Anyways, I'm not trying to throw any shade or anything.
Throwing all the shade right now.
I'm not trying to, but so the thing is that like, then we got, you introduced a new drummer and a new guitarist, and it was like, okay, cool, this could be something.
Oh yeah, because that was the way we kicked Zach out. Because we brought our drummer in.
Yeah.
So we kicked both of you guys out in like one fell swoop.
Yes, absolutely. But in a very beat around the bush way. Because it was like, no, you're totally still in. But here's this drummer and guitarist.
Oh, God.
And
we were shitty.
And it's like, okay. And it was like, we were doing
the
stuff.
The thing with guitarists is that you still could be a guitarist.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
That's the way I at least looked at it.
And that was the plan. And I was doing stuff and everything, and it was like, well, and I was like, hey, well, I mean, I'm going to need a little bit of help with this, because, like, I'm not quite following to be able to do it. Hold on, let's go on.
Let's go.
And then it got to the point where it was just like, well, we're just going to make 2 bands.
Lesson in 3, and then...
Bullet Under the Bridge.
Yeah.
We're just going to make 2 bands. It was like, okay, well, we're going to have 2 bands. That's fine. And it's like, well, all right, I'm still going to show up to these practices and stuff and just listen to everything. And I was like, oh, let me play bass. And so I was like, because, like, he's clearly beat me on guitar. Like, he can do guitar way better than I can, but I can at least do bass. Like, I can be a rhythm on bass where it's like, I'm just going to be a driving line. It doesn't even have to be as intricate as a rhythm guitarist. Like, I'm just going to play bass.
Yeah.
And then it was like, nah, just don't even come to practice anymore. We'd rather you not be at practice anymore.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, no, it was something like, because we were doing it at somebody else's house at that point, and then the excuse was thrown out where it was like, oh, they just don't like you being over at the house. We're going to be doing, just don't worry about it. But we got that other band, and then you guys started going playing shows and doing this and that, and then just didn't show up to band practice for the other band and just didn't care anymore. And it was like, oh, okay, so you guys, why didn't you just say we don't want to play with you anymore? Huh?
All right, so no, it still is not as bad as McConnell's. He practiced with us, did one show. I was gonna say shows, but he literally did one show. We got a festival that he got hooked up with, and it was like, yeah, blah 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 blah. And it was a small festival thing. I don't even know what to call it really, because it was just like a Boys and Girls Club thing. They were not expecting the type of music we were playing, and I looked at them afterwards and was like, why did you invite us to the show? Like, who was the guy who was like, hey, let's bring a metal band to a kids festival?
I thought the kids liked it.
Some of them did, but dude, you should have seen the looks on some of the other ones where they were like, oh, this band's coming up, they're about our age, because everyone else was older than us, like, by far. And then it was all of a sudden we showed up and we were like, ah. You're just like, and the look on these kids' faces like, like deer in the headlights moment, like, what just happened? So like, it made me laugh because that show McConnell did it with us, and he was the vocal, and then the band comes up to me, they're like, so, can you get rid of McConnell? I'm like,
why?
Come on, guys. Like,
why?
All right, so their exact words to me were, his vocals are lacking.